Okay, salutations, liberty lovers of the world. This gun is one I'm waiting to get my hands on because it's the big brother to the G2S and G2C. This is the G3. This is, again, you pay about a $20 upcharge for the stainless in these. But it's a different lock. Again, my thoughts on locks aside. This gun is the direct competition, I think, to the most notable gun, the Glock 17. I guess is where you would want to compare this. But this has a 15 round capacity. G3, I guess this would be more like a G19. Well, it only comes with one mag. I thought it came with two. Oh well, whatever. One mag, so what? That's kind of odd. I really thought it came with two. Oh, there it is. There she is. There's the 17 rounder. I had to look in the box to find that. That must be a spacer. Yeah, that's got to go there. Okay, so this is 15 rounds. Let's go ahead and drop that out of there. 15 rounds would be a Glock 19, as most people are familiar with, and 17 would be a G17. So 19, 17. So we have 15 rounds here. Let's go ahead and put this up. Stick all this back in. Get it in the box, sucker. But let's see how everything all fits in here. Let's get this on the box and get it out of the way so it's not interrupting. Let's get the box out of here. Alright, so now we got a 15 rounder, which would be a flush fit, and you know, I have big hands, so it still fits pretty good. And then kick that out, stick the 17 rounder in. Yeah, that fits pretty. That's a little clunky there. I might rather prefer to carry it with a 15. But so that'd be 17 plus 1 or 15 plus 1. Let's kick that out. See how this thing breaks down. Again, should be just like a Glock right off the front. Set that off to the side. Pop this out. Take this out. And there she is. Field strip. Longer barrel so you can get a little more energy out of it. Not much. Maybe 100 feet or so. Don't know. Have to chronograph it. But there, put that back in. Put this double encapsulated spring back in its little retaining hole. And that's really not, I mean, Glocks are a little more harder to get together in that arena. But we will put this back together. Slide this one. There she is. She's on. She's ready to ride. Pretty simple. I'm going to pick a tinny rail here with a 2 or 3 possible mounting spots. Trigger, again, pretty standard. And then that nice little reset there. That's a pretty short reset and very tactile. Okay. Reset, ready to fire. Don't go off, reset's kind of up. So if you fire it and you get a dud or light primer strike, you would have to go to about there to get it to reset. Then you can double strike the primer. Safety again. The safety seems pretty functional. There it is, slide stop, which again the magazine. Yeah, that's I've seen these at SHOT Show, held them, picked them up, played with them a little bit, and got me kind of interested in getting one of each of them to try out and do some videos on them, because they're actually not bad guns. I mean, for what they are, normally cheap. This is probably a 2.5, sub 300, definitely sub 300 gun. That's street prices. don't really talk with MSRPs or anything like that, because if you pay MSRP, I feel sorry for you, because there's so many options out there where you can, you know, get them cheaper. But we'll take this out, we'll give it a shot, and we'll see how she runs. And till then, we'll see you there at that point. All right, everyone, we're back with the next video. This is a gun I am very interested to shoot. I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a fine working piece of machinery, but I could be wrong. So, without further ado, the Taurus G3. And this gun is the big brother to the G2C. This is a full size. If you're about full size carry type person, then this gun should work just fine for you. Now, the sights don't seem to be, you know, elevatable. I guess I don't know. The sights on this are a little different than the G2C and the G2S, but I mean, basically, all in all, it's just a bigger version of the G2C and the G2S. So we will go ahead and let's this is the 17 rounder. Something I said, now this is just a nitpicky thing. That spacer, I'm not a big fan of something like that, but it works. It just makes the gun look more ergonomic, even though it kind of looks like a boomerang like that, you know, I mean, but we'll get off of that and just see how she shoots. Let's, you know, see what she does. The mag seems to be holding, and let's put it on the paper and see if we can find out where that bullet. Oh, that bullet seemed to fall a little low and right. That was a little. Man, it could be me. That's 4 shots all on the paper right there in the center. I'm not really trying, but yeah, I think that's a dead can we got back there. Yep, she's a dead can, and I mean, ooh, I pulled that one. Oh, that was me. But you know, for a 9mm, and this gun can be had all day long for less than $300 all day, almost everywhere. You could probably go into a retail shop like one of the big box stores and pick this sucker up for less than $300. Now it might go across $300 of your taxes and, you know, background checks, whatever, you know. But online, this gun, I believe I've seen it online on Gunbroker. Some people are pitching it for $2.5. Then you got to pay the usual fees and shipping and transfers and all that. So you could be past $300 that way too, depending on if you shop around and go cheap. But there's some websites you can hunt down retailers that are selling this sucker online for, you know, pennies on the dollar compared to its nearest competitors in the market. You know, seems like Smith seems to be one who's trying to compete with Taurus in a way. They have been lowering some of their shields, but not really their full-size guns, not that I've noticed. They're trying to hold them up there, just like Ruger. Now, the Ruger's trying to compete. They, you know, I will say that. Some of the retail prices on the Ruger security 9s is, you know, a little bit down. Now, this is the flush-fitting 15-rounder that comes in the box. And I actually like the 15-rounder. I mean, plenty of real estate to hold on to. A little bit more concealability. Looks more like an L, not a, you know, a sort of rectangular cut out of a square or something. But this guy, and this one also mentioned no loaded chamber indicator, but you can look down in there, and if you see it in the sunlight, you can see the brass. So you can see there's a piece of brass in that barrel. Doesn't have the sticking up, easy to see loaded chamber indicator, but you can still notice the brass if you look down. But like I said, the 15-rounder, more of an L, not like a square. So I don't know. I like the look of that one. I like the 15-rounder. I can deal with 15 rounds. That would be its G19 competition. The 17 would be the G17 competition. But it looks like Taurus is definitely going after their, you know, going after a certain company who, if you know anything about guns, you know what G19 and G17 are. But yeah, see, so far I've had no failures out of this. I did not leave it straight out of the box. The gun hasn't been shot or cleaned or nothing, and she's running like a top. Yeah, I mean, that's all I can really say for a gun. But I mean, what do you want to say? I mean, to just go all over the place, keep hitting that paper. You know, I believe if I was in trouble, 15 feet or so, this could get me out of a pinch pretty quick. And I mean, point of aim seems pretty natural. Again, big props to Taurus for this checkering. Well, it really bites into your hand good. It feels comfortable. There's nothing about this gun that really feels cheap at all, except the price. And if that's what you're looking for, price. Again, the stainless slide will probably cost you, run you about an extra 20 over the blued. But if you want longevity, I suggest stainless. If you want something that's going to actually, especially if you're kind of like me and you're a little bit of the procrastinators unite tomorrow, and you don't like cleaning your guns as much as you should, this gun is really, really a quality piece of craftsmanship for not a lot of money. And if you like to save your money and get something that'll do the job, something like one of these will do it. Like I said, if you get more trigger time on your gun, if you buy a gun that costs 2 or 3 times this amount and it hinders you from buying that 1,000 round box of ammo and going to the range, you're hurting yourself, I think, because what really gets you good at shooting is range time. And if this gun can help give you another $500,000, 500,000 rounds, of ammo to actually get out and shoot it, you'll learn it. I mean, just in 32 rounds, I pretty much drilled the middle out of that paper. Again, that's a lot of rounds, but some of it I wasn't even trying. I was just kind of plinking. But when I tried, it ate a hole out of something. So the gun will do its job. So big props to Taurus. This one, another one, thumbs up. Gonna give it just like the last one. Forgot to give the thumbs up in the last video. I had to put a tag on that. But all right, till then, we'll catch you in the next video, and y'all stay shooting.